Hello, I am Grace, and this is Victoria, and we are Colors of Cannabis. All right. So today is actually our 12th episode, and I sat there thinking 12, 12, 12, and then I thought, oh, how fun. What if today we actually chose 12 questions? So I have 6 for Victoria, and she has 6 for me, and we don't know what each other's questions are. So today's going to be kind of a fun little get to know us, little Q&A.
Do you want to start or?
No, you go for it.
Okay. So being in the cannabis industry, working from home is not a new concept for us. So I'm curious, do you love working from home or would you rather be in the office? Is there a balance of both that you prefer? What's the ideal work situation in our industry for Grace?
So being more on the sales end of cannabis, it's actually a really awesome mix. And I've had a great flexibility because, I mean, if your sales are good, they'll kind of let you make your own schedule. And so I've had a lot of flexibility within my schedule, but the way I kind of have it, to me, Mondays was at home for emailing, putting in orders. At the time I was using Salesforce. So I'd get up, literally our office opened at 7:30. So you had to kind of be up before then. The second they were open, I'm putting in orders. And by like 11 a.m., now I'm just emailing people, getting more orders, and then put in the rest by 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And usually Mondays were kind of more chill, just at home. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had pretty set meetings out, visiting different dispensaries, and I love that. That is my favorite.
Yep.
I love the time in the car. People are pissed in traffic. I'm happy with my music and my podcasts.
Yep.
And, of course, I'm listening to Colors of Cannabis. And, I'd say.
I work really similarly, just so you know. Mondays are always pretty much a day at home for me. It's just easier. I have kids too, so I have to split my time getting their week started as well. So yeah, Mondays are typically a work from home day for me. I try to avoid meetings on those days, and I try to schedule actually my meetings I alternate weeks. One week I do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's the week I have the nanny there because I like to have my Fridays available to go out with my husband on Friday nights after we're both done from work and here in LA. And then the week before that, or the week after that, I like to do my meetings on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and be home on Thursday, Friday, because she's gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Basically, her schedule revolves around the nanny.
It does.
But I'm going to keep us going because we have a short time frame here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you yours, and then we'll try to keep it to just bouncing back and forth. So, Victoria, what was the first experience that you can remember having where you actually got really high?
That was the very first time that I got high, and it's still incredibly clear in my mind. It was my next door neighbor. We'll call him Jay. And he gave me my first bowl. We were sitting in a circle. I smoked the bowl. I coughed so much. And then I just remember my head going, wah, wah, wah. And then I drooled and spat so much in the ground in front of me. It was like a puddle this big of just like spit. It was disgusting. I liked this young man. And he was kind enough to walk me back to my door, next door, where I sat and watched The Simpsons for hours until my parents got home. And they did not know I was high. But that was my first introduction to cannabis.
Drooled. Sorry.
And I was hooked after that. So after that, I had to ask, like, where's the plug at? Like, how do I get more of this?
But I imagine you carried tissue after that.
No, it didn't happen really again after that.
I'm being a jerk.
No, I know.
I didn't think you really did. All right. Okay, so go ahead. You asked me the next one.
What was your first experience? Kind of want to know.
We won't make it through. I can come back at the end if we.
What's the last great TV show or movie you watched? And I assume you do this high.
Last great TV show or movie that I watched.
And I watch all TV high. Like, I can't watch TV unless I'm high. If I'm going to enjoy it.
I would say it was actually a series, and I almost got lucky that we had COVID, so it gave me time to watch something so long, because it's kind of a long series. But if you want something to binge, it's The 100. And you just have to push past like the first or second episode, because I didn't want to keep watching it, but I had a friend who was into it. And what you can't see if you're just listening is Victoria looks stunned right now. I'm not sure why.
Because we have such different tastes in shows. I actually almost hate The 100, if I'm being honest.
Did you watch it past the first couple episodes?
Yes, with the husband, all season.
Spoiler alert, girl, over here. No, don't you
I'm not
dare.
giving any spoilers. I'm saying I watched everything that's available on Netflix, and it's almost in one of like my top 5 shows I hate.
Okay, well, anyways, that was the answer to the question, and I watched it with a friend. And he liked it too, so whatever. Male and female perspective.
Obviously I'm in the minority. The other half loves the show too.
It had great ratings.
I'm just not to it.
Moving on. All right, so I will ask you now. I'm on the second one for you? Yeah. This is a fun one. Victoria, what's the most unique thing that you've ever smoked out of?
Oh. The most unique thing? Oh, I've smoked out a lot of different things like cans and apples and things like that. Oh, you never went through the can phase?
No.
How can you call yourself a stoner and not know how to make a can pipe?
Knowing how and doing so are two different things when there's perfectly good fruits and vegetables in the fridge.
Sometimes the can is all that's available, but that was a common thing for me when I was out at parties and I don't have a pipe, or I'd tossed it because the cops are on their way to the hotel.
So the can, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's unique to you, I'm going to say that's the most unique thing I could probably bring up.
Huh. Dang. Yeah, I would have gone with a variation of fruit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody does the fruit. That's not really unique. Everybody smoked out of an apple.
What about
and I
the
thought
Bible?
Everybody smoked out. Not everybody smokes the Bible.
Desperate times, people. I'm sorry, Mom. Yeah, I was young, and we were in my car, and we were desperate, and I'd forgotten papers, and we were looking around. We didn't have fruit, and the Lord saved us.
And gave you rolling papers.
Oh, man.
I've heard of it being
hell,
done.
I'm going to it for that one. But no, I think God really came through, honestly.
So...
Just offended like every Christian out there. You know what? It's what we did. Times were tough.
So we talked about before you go on dates, you usually smoke a little bit.
Yes.
I feel like when you smoke, you have some of your most natural reactions.
Yes.
So if you walked into a new date,
okay,
and you saw them wearing a certain article of clothing, is there something that would make you like laugh out loud or be like, no, I can't do this, or just not take the date seriously?
I don't know why, but when you said that, all I could imagine was a fedora. Really? Even though that wouldn't be it. That wouldn't bother me. But I'm trying to think what someone could actually wear. I don't think they could wear anything that would throw me that off. I've had a really interestingly bizarre array of men and women in my life. And so I feel like, let's say they were in a unicorn costume and it was inappropriately placed for like where we were, I might just ask why first and not assume. Maybe it's a weird day job, or
for me it's Crocs. I'm just gonna say it.
Crocs. You're right. Date's over.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Believe it. I said
In my head, it's like, I don't know if we're going past
why
us hanging out at this
Why
moment.
are you wearing Crocs? They're freaking hideous. I don't even care if I offend Croc people.
Yeah.
Like,
I
they're
mean,
just hideous.
We know a certain chef who likes his Crocs.
A chef who likes his Crocs?
I mean, they all do, but there's...
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, there is one chef out there we all love who wears Crocs. I still don't know why, but anyways, amazing chefs. Okay. Oh, this was the one. Remember, I told you there was one that I wasn't sure about. So, and feel free to ask if you're not sure what this is. But have you ever high cried, and when? Do you know what a high cry
yes,
is?
I do.
Okay.
And I honestly do it all the time.
Oh, no.
If I'm in my car and a sad song comes on because I smoke my pre-rolls a lot, like, I'm going to cry and mess up my makeup.
Not alone. I guess I'm thinking, like, a situation.
Well, I think I cried on a recent episode, and honestly, I blame the weed. Because I don't cry.
I thought of that moment as I wrote the question, but I
Yeah.
didn't think that was the one moment. Really? That was your high cry?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, if a sad song comes on and I'm in my car by myself and I'm high, I will bawl my eyes out like you don't even know. Like,
the high cry.
Oh my God, there's this one song by this girl called Lost Boy, and it's
I love that song. I cried too.
Song, right?
Okay.
How do you
it's
not
like,
cry?
I am a lost boy.
Yeah.
From
Neverland.
Neverland.
I can't.
Looking for his lost friend.
And
he
it makes
never
me
can.
think this little boy is dying, and I'm just like, oh my God.
You're
and
like, where is? And by the way,
cry.
it's a young black woman
Yep,
playing the piano.
It is.
And it's beautiful because that's like her pan experience. Anyways, great song. But that song makes me cry. If you're high,
you'll
too.
cry.
If you don't cry to that song, you might be a sociopath.
I can't believe you've cried to that song too, though.
Of course.
I love that we have that, even though we didn't like the 100 as much as the other.
That's okay. All right, so let's see. Oh, that was mine. So yours is next.
Okay, so I daydream a lot when I'm high. About various things. I have favorites. But if you were a wrestler, what would your theme song be?
Nacho, nacho man. I want to be a nacho man. Hell yeah. Nacho, right?
I mean,
I would come in like nachos blazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I imagined. It's my wrestling gig.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably have the song altered for like Nacho Woman or something. Nacho.
You do know the song is
Woman.
Macho Man, right?
Macho?
It's Macho Man.
The things I learned. A couple weeks ago, I learned
what is a
that
Nacho Man?
They make edible cock rings, like candy ones. Didn't know that. And now, what did I just learn?
That the popular song by
Oh, it's Macho Man. I thought it was Nacho Man.
No.
And there's a commercial where he's eating nachos, so it's like pretty confusing. Just saying. All right, so that's my wrestling gig. I'm a nacho macho man.
I'm definitely coming to some gangster rap.
Okay. All right. So that'd be a good one too. So number man, if you guys can't hear that. Oh, it stopped. Anyways, ghosts. Okay, so number 4. Oh, this better be good. Okay. What is the craziest place that you've ever smoked?
The best place I ever smoked was with this woman that I met in Costa Rica, and it was the first place I'd gotten high after like 90 days there.
Oh.
And it was the middle of the jungle. And it was freaking amazing. And it was
Jungle
the
weed.
worst weed. It was the worst weed.
Oh,
it was some like brick weed, but it got me high. And
after 90 days, I bet.
it was a beautiful experience. And that was the craziest place. Like, it was a cloud forest. So if you've never been in a cloud forest, I mean, it is exactly what it sounds like. You're walking on the ground in the middle of clouds. It's not fog. It's not mist. It's a literal cloud. The mountains are so high, and the clouds settle there in these really special ways, and you can zip line through it. It was the most amazing experience. And we had just gone zip lining, which scared the hell out of me. Because I'm scared of heights.
Wait, so you smoked after or before that?
After.
Oh, I don't know why. I would like to see that high cry.
Oh, there's pictures on my Facebook. I'll show you one day from this zip line and me jumping off of this like swing thing. Craziest place
Dude,
I ever smoked.
Treat.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Go ahead.
If you, and this is not really weed related.
Okay. Oh boy.
But if you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be?
If I could bring back any fashion trend, man, I am the wrong girl to ask that. This isn't my answer, but the funny person in me wanted to go with the poncho. But that's not it. Dude.
Actually, can I tell you, I love ponchos / capes. I'm down with that answer. Yes.
No, it wasn't my answer, for the record. That was a joke.
I think they're fucking cool, but they're not really that stylish. But a good cape, oh my god, a good cape can take you places.
A cape and a poncho are not the same thing. Anyways,
similar veins.
Fashion trend. Shit, can I pass and come back? I don't know. Damn, I'm not like a girly girl. Fashion trend. Like something I really enjoyed wearing that I want to come back. Did raver clothes come back? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. That was fun, colorful.
So
shit.
When I was growing up, I was really into like hemp backpacks. Like, I don't know if you remember them. They were woven.
I still wear them.
But it's not a mass thing anymore, I feel like. I wish that would come back.
Oh, in my universe it has.
Is it?
Yeah, I have a couple. I really do. No, like some nice ones.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I just don't see them like how I used to, but I think maybe it's a product of age too. Yeah.
I think it's a NorCal thing. I don't wear them as much out here.
Yeah.
But out there it was like part of my work outfit.
Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's move along. This one's not that fun, but oh, maybe it is with you. I never know. Have you ever been too high to do your job?
Yeah.
Is that what we're getting? Yeah?
Yeah. I'll just say being high has made me make some bad decisions probably in my life.
We don't get the story?
Okay. Am I really going to give the worst one, though? Okay.
I mean, you don't have to give the worst one if it's like going to...
No, but it's the best one.
Oh, well, then that should be the one.
It taught me lessons.
Teach us.
So when I was 18, I was working at a child's birthday place that had inflatables. And I was the general manager, and I was in charge of
like a water park inflatables? I'm trying to understand.
No, like an indoor bouncy inflatables.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean indoor bouncy inflatables?
Like after this, I'll show you a picture, but if you're a parent, it's a jumper.
Oh, like a house, like the house jumpers.
Yeah,
all right,
but in a different.
I had one of those once.
A different level of that. They're like obstacle courses and boxing rings, and so we had employees. They were usually like 18 years old, and I was in charge of them. Mm-hmm. And they all thought I was pretty cool. I can have that effect. I feel like I'm charismatic. I make people laugh. I make them have fun. And one day they all discovered that I got high. And then one of the kids and he was like, oh, I get high too. And he was like 16 years old. And so I was like, down the street is my car. Let me go get my weed. And so I went and I got my weed. And right before we threw like parties all day, me and the employees go into the back of the facility where I proceed to get every single employee in the facility high off of the strongest possible weed available at that point in time.
Man, I had the wrong jobs, I
and
guess.
there were people at parties going on, and everybody could tell all these other employees were high.
I need to get high.
And so anyways, the day finally ends, and I just had a feeling in my soul I was going to get fired. And so I had started looking for a job, and I answered this ad. Everything happens for a reason, let me tell you. I answered this ad in the newspaper that said, you'll get $2,000 a month if you do 60 demonstrations of a vacuum cleaner. And I said, I could do 60 demonstrations of a vacuum cleaner. And they told me that they provided the appointments. That was a lie.
What is the question?
And I took that job, and I quit the general manager position right as the company discovered I had gotten everybody high in the place where I thought there were no cameras.
Oh my God. Well, luckily we are where we are today.
Yep.
And everything worked out.
Getting high did definitely cause me to make some bad decisions.
All right.
I think age had more to do with it.
Yeah.
My last question.
Oh, okay.
So once Greens with Grace actually succeeds and you're independently wealthy and you don't have to work, what do you plan to do with your free time?
Oh, run a full-time nonprofit charity service.
Okay. That's it?
That's a lot.
Well, I agree, but that's all you want to do?
In my free time?
Nothing fun?
Oh my God. I mean, I'd want to travel the world. There's so many places on my list.
What's on the bucket list?
What's on the bucket list? I've done a lot of my bucket list stuff. So I'd say I haven't been to a rainforest.
Okay.
So I'd really like to do that. New Zealand is on the list.
Okay.
I'd like to dance my ass off, party in Ibiza. I haven't done that yet. Some things I can't really say.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, I have some... I'd probably want to, I guess, this is the extent in which I can say it. I'd probably want to try, psychedelics in foreign countries with foreign people.
I'd be so down for that.
I'm probably thinking of experiences you may not be considering, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not down for certain chemical compounds. But
no, I meant because you're married and I'm single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like because I'm not married anymore and I don't have children, if I were to get to a place where I was comfortable enough and could take extensive vacations, I would want to spend months on, deserted. Yeah. Oh, whatever. That could be a whole other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. Yeah. I would travel, and I would want to start a nonprofit because I would go crazy. I can't not work. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I would get bored. I would have to have some type of passion projects.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I think I'd have some passion projects. I'd do a lot of traveling, though. I think that'd be probably...
I guess I was thinking from a more, fill your time. But travel, definitely. And I suggest you do that now. Why wait? I mean... I think we're both firm believers.
I don't think it's going to be that far off till we're wealthy.
No, knock on everything. All right. And this is my last one for you. So if we have time after this, I can go back and answer the one my first time. Okay. So, Victoria, you're about to go to a deserted island, and you can only bring one thing forever, like that they'll supply forever for some reason. It's a magical island. Anyways, that can be papers, a bong, vape, but forever you can only consume one way.
Oh, easy, a bong.
Oh, I didn't realize it'd be so easy. Bong is my answer too. Wow, well that wasn't difficult. I actually thought you would say papers or
No,
some
papers
joint
are only
or-
for on the go. If I'm stuck in a certain place and I've got a bong, that's the way I'm going.
Okay. Well then, shoot, that was so easy. Then I'll go back. What was the one? What was the first
What was the first time you
experience?
got high?
First experience where I got high. Okay. So I had smoked weed. I was 14, which is actually a freshman in high school, so it's not that crazy. But I had tried cannabis a couple times, and I'd never been high. And then this particular day, we went to the snake runs. That's what it was called. It was these foothills behind where I lived. I lived in a valley. And so we went to the snake runs, and there were like these dunes, and we would sit kind of in the grooves of the dunes. Anyways, it's probably me and about 6 gentlemen, friends of mine. We're sitting around, and this guy pulls out the ghetto blaster. And I said, "What's the ghetto blaster?" And he said, "Well, it's ghetto and it blasts ya." It was like a homemade plastic bong. And again, I was starting to believe weed just didn't work on me because I had tried cannabis like 3 other times and nothing happened. So I was kind of like, "Oh, it doesn't really work for me." He's like, "Oh, the ghetto blaster's going to get you." He was right. So as soon as it hit my lungs, I was like incomprehensibly high. Like I could barely function. Things were just kind of computing really slowly.
Yeah.
And I remember not even realizing just how elevated I was until someone in the group looked over and was like saying something. And finally I realized they were going, "Are you high?" And I was so high. I just thought like, I'm never going to be able to move from this area.
Right.
And I couldn't verbalize this with them. I'm just sitting there thinking, this is it. This is where they'll find me. Like, I'm never leaving. I'm going to be stuck here forever. And if I'm being honest, that experience deterred me from smoking weed again for over 5 years.
Oh, wow.
I never smoked again, and I became not anti-weed, but kind of.
Wow.
Because I think I was too young. It was too much of an experience. And I don't know that I've shared this within the cannabis community, but I was kind of anti-weed for a bit because of that. It was just too much. I was too young. And that's why, I mean, you'll hear me say sometimes, I actually struggle with how I feel about it being for people under 18, because what works for you may not work for another person. And in high school, we know the brain is still growing and so much is happening, and people are, really just only as equipped as their sphere of influence allows them and their experience.
Right.
And so this 14-year-old kid wasn't ready for that type of elevation.
That's 100% the truth.
I had no clue. No one had prepared me for what was coming.
I don't think cannabis is for anyone under 18 unless they have true medical reasons to use some form of a tincture or concentrate, something isolated that they can use as a supplement. I don't think kids under 18 should be using cannabis recreationally at all. It's, first of all, costly. Where's that money coming from? Because let's be real, if it's coming from your parents, well, I've got better things to spend my money on than your weed. I'm buying my own weed. And if it's coming from money you're earning, well, you've got better things to spend your money on than weed, like your future and college and your car and your gas and your insurance and your cell phone bill.
You're right. I didn't have the money for cannabis when I was in high school. And
who does?
I had a couple friends who had access.
And that's what it comes down to. Exactly.
Or they were selling it.
But the reality is you do not have a budget for weed when you're a kid. I used to make that eighth stretch. Now I can smoke an eighth a day and it not be a thing. Yeah. And it's just so different. So no, kids under 18 should not be consuming cannabis in any way, shape, or form other than if they need to.
Man, I wish I had more questions for you. I think, do we have time for like one more? Do you have anything that's
I
come
didn't.
to mind?
No.
No? Okay. Let me
I
think
enjoyed that though.
Yeah, that was really fun. I want to add we'll do lucky number 13. Victoria,
What?
of all the times that we have smoked together, what has been your most memorable? I love putting people in the hot seat.
I mean, if you're referring to the incident.
The incident? What incident?
I mean, the most memorable time that we've ever smoked together. I mean, I don't
Are
want
you
to answer
thinking
that.
Palm Springs?
No.
No? Oh, oh.
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess some things are too hot for TV.
I
We've
mean,
had some, you know what? And this goes back to something I always say and we'll end on this. And I guess 13 just stays unanswered. That's just the way it was supposed to be. But
but it
the
wasn't
best
lucky.
things in life.
It was just memorable. It's a joke.
That's
dude.
a pun. That's yeah. Oh man, it's the things we don't say. So I'm gonna end on that. The things we don't say. You guys, some of the best times that we have in life are the things that I think you'll never get to hear about.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a good night.
Good night.